Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, today we're talking about a Breitling Navitimer, but with one key difference, and I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty quickly, but let's get into it. Today we have a really unique addition in the Breitling Navitimer line. This here is the Breitling Navitimer 41mm. This was released in 2019, and I think the first thing you'll notice just by taking a look at it is we are missing the chronograph function on this. That is, of course, by design. Breitling didn't make a huge accident when this left the production line. This was actually a new direction that they're going in with the Navitimer line, and it's an interesting one and one that I kind of admire. A lot of watch brands, I won't name them, but they are going to great lengths to be more exclusive. You're going to see the prices start climbing up. You're going to see people really bemoan how expensive they've gotten. Whereas Breitling actually, with this line and the one that immediately preceded it, is trying to make the Navitimer a bit more accessible. And so you're seeing them simplify it, strip it down a little bit, and of course, you're going to get a much lower retail price with that as well, which is something I like. This might be bringing a lot more people into the Breitling fold. And this is a beautiful watch, and it's a very finely made one, and one that is a great one for people to start their collection with. This was introduced in 2019, fresh off the heels of a 38mm one the year before. I believe that one is still in production. I'm not sure if Breitling considers the 38mm a unisex watch, but frankly, I do. It is a very, very small Navitimer. I think it could work for someone with a very small wrist, but 38mm, even with the rotating bezel and just sort of the way that the Navitimer case is shaped, 38mm is pretty small for it. So I think this is a bit more traditional size for a man's watch, and it is a stunning one. Not only did they get rid of the chronograph, but they also are not using an in-house movement here. This is using an ETA-based movement, and you know, that is fine. This is sort of meant to be an entry-level watch. This is certainly not something someone with a huge Breitling collection is going to immediately start salivating over unless they are looking for a smaller Navitimer, but it's an incredible piece. It looks obviously a little bit dressier, a little bit slimmer. It's not just the fact that a 41mm is going to be smaller than a lot of Navitimers you've probably seen or tried on in the past. But of course, the absence of these pushers here is also going to make the case look a lot cleaner and a lot slimmer on the wrist, regardless of what size it is. This was introduced in a variety of different colors. In steel, it actually at the same time was premiered with a blue, a black, and a white version. But this is hands down my favorite one that they've released. It is the anthracite dial with a two-tone case. We actually have a rose gold line around the bezel, which I'm sure you noticed. It looks absolutely incredible against the anthracite. I think that's something that just works in watches. A dark gray or slate color against rose gold is something a lot of watch brands do. And the reason why is because it pretty much universally looks great. Still a very traditional Navitimer, and of course that you'll have this slide rule bezel. They're never going to get rid of that without probably calling it something else. And you do have the arrow with the red end here on the second hand. And I think obviously adding that little splash of color there is great. It's a lot less busy considering you don't get the chronographs there. And of course, not just do you have this beautiful rose gold edge around the bezel, but you do have rose gold markers here as well, and rose gold hands that are bordering around this beautiful looking loom here. It's a very thick minute and second hand, so the loom is going to light up very bright. You also have a date window at 10 o'clock, so while they did simplify it, it's not a totally basic timekeeping watch. You do get that date function there with it. This is a completely unworn model, by the way. Probably should have led with that. So it's a 2 years old off the production line, but never been worn. We've still got the original Breitling sticker on the back, but you will also see engraved, I believe, with what is I believe it's a cityscape of the city of Lucerne, where I believe they made it in. And I apologize for anyone who speaks French. Feel free to correct my pronunciation in the comments. I promise you I will not read it. We also have a beautiful looking crocodile band here. Again, totally unworn, super clean. I absolutely love the white stitching on this. That's, if you're going to get a Breitling on a strap, please, please, please get the bright white stitching on it. It just absolutely makes it, and it adds so much character to an absolutely incredible watch. A couple of things. One sacrifice that they're going to make here is that this ETA-based movement is only going to have a 38-hour power reserve. Frankly, getting it at the price point that they are getting this at giving up the things that you're going to want to give up from what separates it from a more expensive Navitimer. Frankly, if I were making sacrifices, I think a power reserve would be a good one, especially if this is someone's intro into Swiss watch collecting. This is probably going to be something out the gate that you're going to want to wear every day. So that power reserve is not going to come into play, at least not for a while. It's in fantastic condition. This is a watch that we have gotten a few of in the past, and they just absolutely fly off the shelves. People love this, and frankly, I just wanted to share it with people before this one escapes us as well. We got a variety of Breitlings. This is an incredible one, but if you want something a little more traditional, we've got dozens to choose from, and of course, a variety of other brands as well. So, as you know, you need to like and subscribe to this video if you haven't yet. If you've seen more than a couple of these, you just need to go ahead and subscribe because we're dropping a lot of them. We're getting new stuff in every single day. And of course, call us and ask us any questions you have about this or any other watch that we have in stock at SwissWatchExpo.com.